Hi everybody, I'm Sandy Walker.
And I'm Ethan Walker.
And we are going to show you how to make a stained glass window in your home. Alright, the first step you're going to need to do is clean the window. So I just took a washcloth, I got it wet on one side, it's dry on the other, and I'm going to wipe the window.
Okay, so there's many ways you can do this. This is the fun part where you can make any design you want. But to start out, it depends on if you want to cover up your trim. Okay, so then this is the part where you come to paint. I think we're just going to do random colors.
We're using acrylic paint. A lot of people may not have acrylic paint in their home. There is a recipe that we're going to share with you later to make your own paint at home with some flour and some water. So you can just mix it up at home with some food coloring, no big deal. And you could also use watercolors. You can use your finger. You could actually finger paint on your windows if you wanted to.
So first we're going to be starting off with red, and as you can see, you just put it on. It didn't have to be any perfect way. So right here, as you can see, we got some on the trim, and that'll come off. It's easiest to wipe it off right now. You'll have to do less scrubbing, but it's okay if it stays on. You can get it right off.
Hi everybody, it's Sandy, and I want to show you a little bit of how to make your own paint. A lot of us may not have acrylic paint sitting around the house, so you can make your own, and it's pretty easy. All you need is flour, salt, baking powder if you don't have self-rising flour, water, and some food coloring. So I have already made self-rising flour because all I have is all-purpose. All I did was I used, let me look at my recipe, I used 1 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure you don't use baking soda, it's gotta be baking powder. So, now that I have this all mixed up and I have some self-rising flour, all you have to do is take 1 tablespoon, you can get these little bowls out of the way, 1 tablespoon of self-rising flour, and then you're gonna use 1 tablespoon of salt, which I've already dumped some in a bowl so it makes it a little easier to scoop out here. 1 tablespoon of that. And then you just need to do like 1/4 teaspoon of water. Now you may need to add more water because sometimes it doesn't get to be the right consistency, but it should end up being like the consistency of yogurt. Okay, so this didn't make very much paint, but I'm only making a small amount so that I can show you how to make homemade paint. Obviously, you can increase the recipe, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate our paint out into smaller bowls so I can make just 2 different colors and show you what you need to do, okay? All right, so if you don't have any paintbrushes around, you can always use Q-tips. And I'm going to paint the center of my flower yellow. Now, I actually drew this flower on a piece of paper and just cut it out. It's really thick. The paint is really thick, but it's puffy paint. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint the flower and then we're gonna stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds and watch it puff up. It'll be super cool. All right, I have painted my flower with my puffy paint and I'm going to put it right in the microwave and cook it for 30 seconds. Should puff right up. All right, 30 seconds later, voila, we have a puffy flower. And you can hang these on the refrigerator with the magnet. Ta-da! I want to give you a recipe for regular paint if you don't want to do puffy paint in the microwave. It's 1/2 cup flour, 1/2 cup salt, 1/2 cup water, add food coloring, and you're good to go. Crafting is critically important to your child's social, emotional, and cognitive development. And so I want to encourage you to do any kind of crafts with your kids, whether you are mixing up homemade paint or sitting at your kitchen table and coloring in their coloring book with them. Using scissors is really important, drawing pictures, using your imagination. These are uncertain times. We need to be building good memories with our children, and this is a great way to do that. I want you to remember also that the joy is in the process, not the finished product. You do not have to be an artist. You just have to make it fun. And will it be messy? Absolutely. But guess what? The kids can help you clean up too. You don't have to do that all by yourself. So I hope you guys have a great time trying some of these ideas. I hope you'll paint some windows in your house. It will certainly brighten up the atmosphere, and your child will be very proud of what they see in that window every day. So thanks, guys. Happy crafting.